Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we beat this game. So, let's see here. To recap, Jane, or rather Gail, went mental on Odette, giving her payback by turning her into a cow. This payback gets rather evil if you get the bad ending. Thankfully, we got the good ending. Odette and Gail have made up and become friends, the evil flowers are no more, and even the townsfolk of Lakeside Town are warming up to Odette. So far, it's been a pretty satisfying ending. But it's not over yet. We've got a bit of a post-game to play, so let's go ahead and finish things up. And we're starting out on the screen that we were last on with the ending. A few weeks later... Well, Odette? Okay, quick comment while I have the opportunity. I like that the game indicates who it is that is about to speak, whether they jump around or have a message window over their heads. Lets you keep track of who is who, and I like that. What do you think of your new house? Looks a little cozy. Hey, what were you expecting, a mansion? We worked hard on this house. Hey, I didn't say I didn't like it. It's really nice of you to make this little shack for me. I especially like how it's not on top of an evil magician's grave. Yeah, that is probably a benefit, all things considered. Yeah, I expect that drives the property values up quite a bit. Well, I mean, her old place was sort of a landmark, I guess. There's a deer over there. Are the mercenaries still turned into animals? But we're happy to put a roof over your head. It's the least we can do. If the roof caves in, you know where to find us. Okay, first things first. Can't interact with that deer. I guess we'll find out what's up with that deer as we go along. I noticed that Andromalius is over here, by the way. We'll save her for last. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely getting the feeling that the people transformed into animals are still transformed into animals. I'm trying to decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, they probably are still stuck with the mind of the animal. Hey, just as long as their memories are not erased. I get the feeling at the very least Odette wouldn't do that, or at least I hope not. No, this is supposed to be the good ending, so... odds are... these people still have their memories. Oh, Odette! I think you'll be happy to know I've come up with a new lullaby to sing to little Odie here. You named him after me? Well, you are a hero after all. Ah, I'm so touched. Odie, your Auntie Odette will always be here for you. So what's the new song about? It's about the evil sorcerer who used to rule the world, and the brave little skunk who kept us safe from his ghost. Little? You are a very short person. Witch? Skunk? Person? I guess. Anyway, don't you think that's a little intense for a baby? I don't know, I think he likes it very much. Suddenly curious, what is Odette's height? Does the ref sheet mention Odette's height? I didn't really check. Didn't really think to check. Huh. It kinda makes me wonder, is Odette short because she's short, or because she's a skunk? Miss Odette, if you'd like to learn how to take care of a real garden... Thanks, but no thanks. I think I've had enough gardening to last a lifetime. Oh, but growing your own food, it can be a joy! Can you grow hamburgers? No? But you could grow the lettuce that is not interested. I'll admit, I'm slightly interested in gardening, but at the same time, not interested in getting my hands dirty. Am I going to be able to talk to you? Nope. Are we certain? Yes. It's crazy to think there was an evil world-dominating sorcerer buried right under our village this whole time. Well, who do you think all these ruins belong to? I don't know. Never really thought about it. It makes me feel so... important. To think our humble village was once the apex of the world. Really? That's your takeaway? Village built on the foundation of a I was hoping I'd be able to say that word in one try. Megalomaniacal evil. But yeah, apex of the world. Duhan's Pub, newly renovated. I don't really get why Bobby wanted to be a dog so badly. Wait, what? He can't even play guitar anymore. But he's happy, I'll give him that. I don't understand it. I don't really want to. But thanks, Odette, for helping a friend out. Do you have a favorite animal? No, I hate animals. All of them, equally. Alright, we'll leave you alone then. All water under the bridge, eh, Odette? Let us know how the house holds up. Well, money has not been a thing in this game up to this point, so I don't think I'm buying this burger. My twin brother sells food. Me, I sell refreshments of a different sort. Great! Let me tell you, I could really use a drink right about now. Oh, bar's closed. Sorry. Well, somebody's holding a grudge. I knew it all along. There's nothing scary about witches. Just because I'm not scary doesn't mean other witches aren't. How about I take you to the next witch convention so you can see for yourself? There's a witch convention? Not necessary. Yeah, let's not. Oh, hey! Gail's got a new home. Is this your diary? We'll check it after a moment. Hey there! Stinkerbell? Are you calling her Stinkerbell because the opening of the game said that everyone calls her Stinkerbell? All her friends, rather? What do you think? No way! You get to live above the pub? Are you jealous? Yeah. But I think my house is a bit nicer. So I won't ask you to trade with me. You know what? I'm glad we don't have that garden to worry about anymore. Everyone's so much nicer now that we've gotten rid of it. Even you. Well, I think I've still got a bit of a mean streak left in me. So don't get used to all this niceness, okay, Gail? Whatever you say, Stinkerbell. I still can't believe you let people call you that. Oh, she does? I was waiting for her to react. Well, I mean, we're friends, right? Indeed, and that is awesome. Anything else? Nope. Gail's Day Planner. Don't open it. I wonder if this is going to have random messages as well. Let me make note. April 19th, 3025. This is a month and 2 days after Jean scrounged up money to hire those flower thieves. The page is blank. Just gonna make up the day as you go along, huh? And I'm guessing there's actually just the one entry in this case. Okay, we gotta find that dog person. There you are. I actually already knew about this person, but was gonna save him for later, but since somebody already brought him up... Honestly, I know this has been a lifelong dream of my husband's, but did you have to let him go through with it? Well, he did ask me to turn him into a dog. He even said please. How am I supposed to turn down a request like that? He said the magic word. I couldn't refuse. But what am I supposed to do now? That's not really my problem. I'm just happy to help out here. Can you please turn him back? Ha! Nice try. Just let him enjoy his new leash on life. I think I like you even less now. Hey, doggy friend! This is so awesome that somebody actually asked to become an animal, and Odette complied. And he still retains his human intelligence. Odette, thank you so much. This is what I've always wanted. Don't ever let my wife talk you into changing me back. In fact, why don't you talk her into becoming a dog too? Woof. I'd like to. I don't think she'll let me. Just wanted to see your sprite from the other side. So I see a hint statue up there. Out of curiosity, I still have all this stuff. I think we're back to the original messages that these gave out. Also, at some point we lost our phone. Don't know when that happened aside from when Odette got turned into a cow. Oh, here's somebody else! Odette, thank you so much. Oh, okay, this is awesome. So, Odette not only takes requests now, but goes through varying degrees of transformation, because this person here is anthropomorphic like Odette, whereas the other guy went all the way into being a dog, while keeping his intelligence. Oh, what would I want to do? Well, I'd probably want to go anthro like these two characters, but I am, like I said before, very curious how well I could manage life on 4 paws, but keeping my human intelligence. Anyway, Odette, thank you so much. This bunny body is a lot more fun than my old one. Don't mention it. I think it really suits you. I know, right? Just look at my tail. Your tail is awesome. In my personal opinion, a bunny tail is a perfect accessory for a tush. I said I'm fine having my raccoon tail. Pretty good, huh? Hey, I don't do shoddy work. When I transform people, I don't cut any corners. Where's that sheep? The crime against humanity. Odette, would you care to swim with us? Thanks, but no thanks. Aww. But you looked so cute as a mermaid. Oh, have you met my new girlfriend, Elise? I'd love to give her a piece of my tail, if you get my drift. We've met. You told me my hair looked like taffy covered in dirt. I didn't mean it. I was just being a catty teen. Catty is right. How'd you like a set of whiskers and a tail to go along with your attitude? Daphne, don't let her turn me into cat. Cats hate water. And they eat fish. Odette, be nice to Elise. Fine. Ah. I'm glad that I didn't use up all my hint coins. There are no more puzzles left to solve, so you just wasted a hint coin. So speaketh Lady Lamia, the puzzle mistress. Well, Stinkerbell, if you'd ever like to go swimming, just ask us out. Oh gosh, Odette really is letting people call her that. Stinkerbell? Only my friends call me Stinkerbell. And I can say that because I have at least 3 of them now. Yay! Oh, and no, you're not one of them. Whatever you say, Stinkerbell. Stop it. Okay, I guess we won't call this episode Stinkerbell's Conclusion, then. Well, if it isn't Odette. Thanks so much for getting the villagers to build this little bay for us. Humans are really quite nice when you get to know them. Well, I am a friend to all mermaids, after all. Honestly, Odette, it's like I don't even know you anymore. But I think I like the new Stinkerbell. Hey, only my friends get to call me... Oh. Oh, Stinky. Hey, Stinkerbell is pushing it enough already. You start with the cutesy nicknames and I'll turn you into a human. Gasp! Yeah, you'll have 2 legs and you'll, have to walk around. So don't mess with me. Anyway, Stinkerbell, feel free to drop by whenever you want. You know, with the garden gone, nobody really takes me seriously anymore. Are you the one? No, you're the one sheep that I already looked at. I noticed we're on a smaller map, by the way. Not exactly the same map that we've been exploring, so... no heading off to the right, and no heading up to what was once Odette's house. Okay, let's try out the whirlpool. Oh, we can't become a mermaid anymore. Do we not have the scale? Surely we have the scale. Yeah, we do still have the scale. Say, this sheep here, he wasn't... Am I going to have to say this forever? For the last time, Granny, it's no one you know. Oh right, the mayor was building that giant mechanical spider. Are you still doing that? Once the steel gear is mass-produced, nothing will stand in our way. Okay, so you actually definitely most certainly are making a Metal Gear reference. Yes, by all means, tell your evil plans to the witch who just saved the world from a guy with an evil plan. Oh, I hope you didn't get the wrong idea. My battle spider is meant for humanitarian aid. Humanitarian aid to those guys across the lake. Uh-huh. Why is it called a battle spider? The battle refers to the battle against starvation. Yes, that's exactly it. And the flaming death is, perfectly flame-broiled burger patties. Yes, that is it. Okay. Better be giving out free samples of those burgers. I'm curious how good they might be. Let's go ahead and speak with Andromalius, who I can't help but notice, by the way, is standing where that obstinate cow was before. An obstinate witch blocks the path outside the village. Somebody's addressed to relax. Apprentice. Oh, hey, boss. Hello. Good to see you again, Odette. Hey, how's retirement? Relaxing. I see you've been creative in my absence. In all honesty, we have yet to see if what you have done was so brilliant that 1,000 years of magical discipline could not devise such a plan. Well, I don't mean to brag. Or if you have simply been catastrophically stupid. I guess that's possible too. Odette, is that humility I detect? You have always lacked confidence in yourself. I had hoped in my absence you would flourish, but... Nah, I've blossomed pretty nicely. Perhaps you have. So, are you planning to stay long? That depends on what the forces of darkness are planning now. Perhaps we will find out soon. Yeah, I suppose we could always ask this thing right up here. But we're not. We're just going to ignore it. On account, it's going to ignore us. Seriously, I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be, but it actually doesn't do anything, so, foreshadowing for a sequel? Although at this point, I don't think a sequel will happen, so... we'll just assume that everybody lived happily ever after. Either that, or there's no sequel because everybody died. I'd like to imagine the former, though. I believe we will find out what will come of your actions sooner than we expect. Doubtful. Odette's Magical Self-Improvement Workshop. Open 9 to 5. I kind of expected... I expected this to say Odette's house. Get a moo leash on life. Yeah, I kind of love that. Okay, Odette's home. Okay, one of the evil flowers is still around. Again, it's the one that Odette touched when she wanted to become a skunk. So, I suppose there is a good personal reason why she would want to keep this one. The last flower is in captivity. The kingdom is at peace. Odette's new super secret journal. Don't open. April 18th, that was yesterday, 3025. I'm not complaining, but it's kind of weird that everyone in the village likes me now. Well, almost everyone. They're a bit smarter than they gave them credit. I mean, get rid of the garden? Why didn't I ever think of that? I mean, early in the game, Gale tried to suggest the same thing. No, wait, maybe it wasn't early in the game? Somewhere in the game, somebody... I'm pretty sure it was Gale, attempted to suggest burning the garden, but, you kind of ignored her. Actually, it's my old master's fault for not thinking of it. She had 100 years, and that thought never occurred to her? What a maroon. Do people still use the word maroon? Is that the only journal entry? Looks like that might be the only journal entry. Thing on it, new super secret journal. I guess, Gale and Odette lost their first journals when their home turned into a mountain. Okay, I almost missed a couple of things in here. First things first, this torch can be turned on. More importantly, this sign. Odette's magical self-improvement workshop for people who hate being people. I love that. Ring bell for assistance. Touch flower for a newer, happier, fluffier you. Satisfaction not guaranteed. It definitely makes me wonder, is the transformation one way? I would assume not. I mean, there's been a couple talks of changing back to normal, not to mention Odette got changed back into a skunk, so it's probably not necessarily one way. Hopefully it would not be one way, because I actually would be willing to try out life on 4 paws before going all anthropomorphic. That said, it certainly brings up an interesting thought. Do people have to touch the evil flower in order to be changed into an animal? Is that what powers Odette's ability to do that? I just assumed she just had that ability. Well, it would certainly explain why she didn't just randomly turn people into animals who insulted her during the journey. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. Almost. There is one other thing I would like to show off. Let's see here. First things first, did not find the crime against humanity, so no idea where that sheep is. Maybe that sheep got turned back into normal. Brings into question why the thieves were not turned back into normal, but... well, hopefully they'll live happily ever after being... animals with animal brains. Aside from that, I think that's everything around here. So, let's go ahead and exit the game, and there's one thing I want to show off real quick. This game has another ending. So, at the start of this game, we had the opportunity to give Gale a custom name. At the time, we didn't really know her name, so we just kind of made up a name on the spot. So, for the adventure, we've been calling her Jane. But, now that we know her real name... Gale! Odette! You got my name right. This is the first time you've ever called me by my real name. Congratulations! You win! I'm so happy for you. And that's the final ending. Okay, I know it's highly unlikely, but imagine somebody coming along and playing this game for the first time, and they happen to decide on calling Gale, Gale. Like, maybe they know somebody, Gale, so they figure, well, I'll just go ahead and call this friend Gale. And suddenly, the game ends, and it's like, what? Anyway, now we are done with Odette's Magical Menagerie. As I said before, definitely an enjoyable game despite its hiccups, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. That said, if you'd like to see even more transformation shenanigans from the game's creator, she may not be making any more games, but she is a writer of stories, and in fact there is one particular story that I would like to recommend. It is a fan fiction of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. The story is called An Adrestian Tale. It features Bernadetta and Edgelord getting turned into mice. Sorry, not Edgelord, Edelgard. Sorry, her name looks like Edgelord at first glance. But it's an interesting story. It is 14 chapters long, plus a 15th chapter containing a bunch of art for the story. So, if you are interested in looking at that, I will provide a link to it in the description. There's also a side story somewhere around that site that takes place on Valentine's Day. It's like a Valentine's special or something. So as soon as you're done reading the main story, definitely look around for that. Anyway, with that said, we are done with this game. And we are done with this game. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.